Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to The Boys Season 2. We're now on to the second episode, which is called Proper Preparation and Planning. Lots of alliteration there. Say that 3 times fast. I dare you. So last episode, the premiere, in my opinion, was brilliantly done. Again, I think it just automatically sets the tone for the type of show that this is, the type of lines they're willing to play with or just full out cross, as well as getting us back into the story and the world that we're in with the boys. So I very much enjoyed it. I'm excited to get into this episode. I'm ready to watch it. I hope you guys are ready to watch it along with me. And if you haven't, you've been here before and you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It just helps me to know that you like this kind of content and so I can keep making it. And also, you know, your girl's trying to grow her channel. You know, she's got goals. Now that's out of the way, without further ado, let's get into this episode right about now. Oh, he's describing the house. Oh, did Homelander only let him stay there for a second, then take him away?
Boy, girl.
Oh, sweetie, I'm so frustrated for you.
Sorry. I do not understand.
He's so kind to her. I love Frenchie.
Oh, great. Cool. Totally. We're just gonna pretend like this is normal? Like we're fucking lemmings?
It's like, you're the only one with the problem, sir. His friends know him.
Well, who else they gonna follow?
You? The planless wonder?
Has anyone told you what you're capable of?
No.
Probably because they don't want them to turn out like you.
Back up. We got a deal. A deal that is alive and well and running around free as a goddamn bird.
That's why he's not dead. I was like, it didn't make sense he would let him live.
Trying to be civil, shall we?
Oh, so creepy. Just look into this teacup right here, the deep. Just look into this teacup.
Steve, how do you expect to be welcomed back into the 7 if you can't be honest with yourself?
Oh, his gills. He is embarrassed about those.
What is it, shrooms? Last time I did shrooms was at a Goo Goo Dolls concert with some poli-sci chick from Oberlin.
He said Goo Goo Dolls.
I guess I call it more of a gateway.
Drug? Gateway drug? And the guy just drink. Wow, Deep, you need help.
Wait, are you not gonna drink any?
Oh.
You asked that question now?
Where? What? I gotta go. What? No. I'm sorry. Family emergency.
Is everything okay?
Babe, we've never had 3 women in the 7 before. This is a moment. Go.
That's how she feels about feminism at the moment, ma'am.
I have a family emergency too.
Yeah, me 3.
In here, open up.
What the hell?
Bro, we gotta talk. No, you gotta look at us.
No! No.
At us.
The talking is too much.
Remember Melissa Dabrowski, the kindergarten teacher you finger banged backstage at the VH1 Educator Awards?
So what?
Because that's what you do. You imagine women will laugh at us, so you humiliate them first.
No, that's
Wow, that was
You
deep.
can't accept your own body, so you violate theirs.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Wow, the truth tea. That's what he get. He got a big old cup of truth tea.
We won't let you shut us up anymore, Kevin!
Hey!
This is both funny and very disturbing and, like, revolutionary at the same time.
Rolling. Stormfront, congrats on the 7. Are you as excited to be here as I am?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Can you tell us?
I'm liking Storefront a lot.
Girls get it. Do girls make better heroes?
Look, no offense, I get you have your talking points, but why does it matter whether heroes have a dick or a vag? I mean, I'll just, you know, be competent at our jobs.
Right?
I don't think girls do anything better. I think chicks and dicks are in it together.
That needs to be on a poster somewhere. Chicks and dicks do it turn it together. Bam.
America really is lucky to have such a brave hero fighting for them.
What if I told you he's right behind you?
Hey, here comes the A-Train! What's up?
Wow.
What? When did he get out of a coma? I'm confused.
She's gonna help us. We get her to sue terrorist. She's gonna get the CIA to scrub our records clean. Get the old bill off our asses and get you back to your girls.
How do we know you're telling the truth?
Says the man that was keeping his super girlfriend phone call secret.
You deserve to be loved.
True. Everyone does.
Don't fuck with me.
You deserve to be loved, Kevin. But that starts with you.
Don't fuck with me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm the ugly.
No.
It's true.
Yes. On the inside.
This is so deep, you guys. Like, deep storyline about the deep. Who would have thought? Interesting. This is so interesting. And well done.
You are so
The show!
to me.
What is happening in the writing room?
Everything I hope for.
This duet, I can't.
Are you kidding me? I can't take this right now. I can't get away from this press junket. I literally have no pockets.
I wanted the V, here it is. If you threaten me again, I'm gonna make sure that everyone knows that you're the one who took it.
I mean, you can't do blackmail and don't put it in her backpack.
Is that with Gecko?
Oh, this obsession with milk is so disturbing. Literally one of the worst things that...
And he chatted me up all night. 2 days later, there's a fire in his office. They found his head in one room and his torso in another. What are you saying?
Homelander's crazy!
I don't want him to do that to you. If he ever finds out about you. Why are you telling me this now?
Because my conscience is full. It's so full.
Truth is,
I was made in the lab.
never had a dad
Well, you did, just...
or a mom.
Well, you did, but
I love you, son.
that's nice.
You say it back.
He doesn't feel it.
I love you too.
This is nice.
No, it isn't. It's just nice for you. Kids can sense evil. Run away now, psycho.
Excuse me?
You need to get the fuck out of my house.
I admire her chutzpah. You could have knocked him out. Is that him? Oh, is that her brother? Family member? Why do I seem to remember brother from... Is that why she was trying to explain... Can he talk? That's a fun power. I mean, she's gonna choose fam. You guys gotta know that, right? And it looks like neither of them asked for this.
Fuck this world for confusing nice with good. Be a bitch if you want. Be
Wow.
Just drop the mask once in a while. Feels good.
Confusing nice with
Breathe.
good. There's so many good lines in this episode.
Oh, and if someone sticks a dick in your mouth, bite it off.
I was about to say, that would have been my
Maybe
move.
Longstocking would bite a D.
Arrest you with me. come on, don't piss about. We ain't got all night.
They're not gonna hunt him.
I suppose you agree, don't you?
Of course Frenchie does.
Halfway up her ass. Jesus. It's like Huey's infected you both with a raging case of vagina.
Vaginas are the strongest things on this planet. You should be so privileged. Can we just give props to this actress for doing so well without actually being able to speak? She is brave keeping that contraband right up in the tower.
You're not gonna do shit.
Why is that?
Because you killed your fucking girlfriend.
I know things too!
You right that you killed Popclaw?
Thank you. Run along, literally. The problem with you, A-Train, is that you don't think long term. If you did, you wouldn't be in this situation. Uh-oh. Don't use your powers against each other. Don't do it. Well, that reunion was short. Do you heal? Apparently you don't. Shh, brother. Have a nap, brother. Rest well, brother.
Cheers, love. At least someone's got some sense around here.
Shut up, Billy. She will kill you. She will kill you if you hurt him. Know that. Yes? Kind of had a feeling that was coming. He didn't know about the deal though, Billy. That wasn't quite a fair punch. But I'm sure that Huey will return it in time. Directed by a woman. That's what a girl likes to see. Well, guys, that was the latest episode of The Boys called Proper Preparation and Planning. Wow, that is a lot of P sounds. But once again, a very good episode. Sorry guys, I had to take a minute and rewatch the scenes with Kumiko and her brother because the subs weren't working for some reason, so I had to go back and fix them because I obviously don't understand Japanese outside of Nani? Anyokata! Yes, this episode was really, really good, as they all are. There were so many amazing things that were touched on. I don't want to make this review like 1,000 years long, so I'll try to sum up as much as I can. I think the main ones that I really want to touch on is the story around the Deep, aka Kevin. You know, in season 1, we didn't get to see a lot of the Deep outside of seeing what came off as kind of him reeling in the aftermath of the repercussions of being exposed for the sexual assault that he committed against Starlight. And I never really thought he was like this horrible, terrible person, like on the Homelander level of it, but it kind of, we didn't really scratch the surface of what was going on there. And what I love about this show is that they really do dig into so many paradigms around human behavior and what drives people, whether they have powers or not. And they kind of really just expose it and lay it bare, and they delve into the stuff that I feel like a lot of TV shows either gloss over or just stay away from because they think it's too dark or too hard to watch. When it comes to the Deep, like I said, last season, they really didn't delve into much of what was going on with him. Like, it felt like a lot of what we focused on was him dealing with the first time in years with being a nobody, with having a negative reputation put around him, with not being part of the Seven after he'd built so much of his identity around being in that group. In the Deep's case last season, it felt like it was more of a narcissistic belief system. But I loved it in this episode in particular, and even in the first episode, we saw it with him kind of just spiraling. You know, he's into the drinking, he's doing drugs. I mean, he's always done that, obviously, but it's gotten heavier now. it shows that like there's more going on with Kevin than just feeling like he was so entitled that he could actually do what he did with Starlight and God knows how many other women. And while I still don't know what's going on with this weird church thing, I still think there's something very, you know, get out / sunken place about it. I don't trust it yet. I do like that they're using at least the first half of this indoctrination into really getting Kevin to look at who he is, like what drives him, like what has gotten him to this place. Because it's easy for us to look at someone like the Deep's character and think, oh, well, that pig did this to Starlight. He's an awful guy. He's evil. He does everything that he's getting. He's irredeemable. All the things, right? And this is what happens in the real world, right? We hear of a celebrity who's done something or a number of things that are horrible, and we kind of just slap a label on them that they're evil and irredeemable and they don't ever deserve forgiveness or to be looked at as any other way the rest of their lives. Most of the time there is a psychological path that leads them to making those decisions. And in the Deep's case, you know, we have this situation. It's fictitious, yet it has real themes in him with the gills, right? We saw last season there was a very disturbing scene with him picking up this girl who was clearly a fangirl, and like in the middle of their escapades, she just started to like violate his gills. That's the only way I can describe it. That sounds so horrible out of context, that line. But anyway, it was so gross, and it was disturbing on more levels than just the fact that it looked and sounded gross, but like the idea that this person thought they could just really fetishize and reduce this very, you know, sensitive part of him and this part of who he was to nothing more than something for her to gain pleasure from was just wrong on all the levels. And here we see that there's so symptomatic of what he's been going through his entire life. Like, imagine being born with gills. Like, his whole life he's had these things. Yes, it allows him to do some really amazing things like breathe underwater and talk to fish and do other things, but it's also made him different than everyone else, right? Like with Homelander, yeah, he's got all these superpowers, but if he never used them, he could blend into society completely naturally, right? Like just like Superman / Clark Kent. Whereas with him, his abilities set him apart. Even if he didn't use them, he would still have to deal with explaining to people why he has a set of gills. You know what I mean? That manifested in him a sense of self-hatred, of feeling like he wasn't worthy. He wasn't worthy of people's love and affection because he looked like a freak. And that line that they had his talking gills say when he was on his truth tea, that line was so poignant about you feel violated. You can't love you can't love us, the gills, the differences about yourself, and you feel violated when people expose that about you, so you violate women to empower yourself. You do it because you feel like you want to humiliate them and make them feel bad about themselves before they can turn around and do it to you. I love that they just talked about the psychology around why some people do the things that they do, because it's important to understand that, because there are people who might have lived that life, but once they take the time to really understand the heart of why they're doing it, the reasoning behind that behavior, that is the only way that they can get that aha moment and change and better themselves and not do that anymore. Now, does that mean that they're not going to have to live with the repercussions of what they did prior? No. Does that mean that their victims have to forgive them? No. I do think some people can come back from it in the sense of if they've grown and they're better than they were and they're trying to be better people, I think as a society we need to learn to be more understanding of that and let them actually earn their redemption. Again, that doesn't mean that they'll ever be able to be where they could have been or experience the same level of public respect that they would have once had, but you get my point. Like, they should be allowed to grow and do better in life and atone for what they did in the past by living a better life. So anyways, I got into that that was a really long segment, but I feel like it's so important. I really love that the show uses its platform to talk about these things that are very uncomfortable to talk about, but very real. And I mean, that even goes into Homelander, right? That, dovetails right into his interactions with his son and how twisted it is. We all know he is beyond. I feel like Homelander is probably beyond redemption. Like, he's there's a lot going on up there that he still isn't even dealing with. But we saw in season 1, he never really felt like a human. He's never felt like somebody that everyone actually wanted for himself. He's someone who's always been viewed as a commodity and something to be used. So this narcissistic view he has of the world, a lot of it is as a result of him never feeling like anyone will ever care about him as anything other than a weapon or a tool. So you see him trying to force this connection with his son, which is unnatural and not there at this point. And the fact that he needs, when he told his son, you got to tell me you love me back and we got to play baseball together, like, it's only going to be a matter of time before when this kid finally does push back and go, dude, you're messed up and I don't want to hang with you, that Homelander is going to just, like, I'm terrified of what will happen when that happens. I'm sure it'll probably happen this season. I feel like it's going to happen this season. But when Homelander realizes that his own flesh and blood is not going to be down with him, he's going to snap all the way. The absolute attachment that he had to, why do I keep forgetting her name? It's like I'm blocking it. To the lady from last season, now with him, again, feeling this weird fetishy obsession with his son's mother. The same thing that he feels with the female superhero, Maeve. Like, all the women in his life become something he becomes obsessively possessive over because that maternal connection is something he craves so deeply even now. And that kind of, again, touches on what's going on with Maeve and, her finally explaining to her ex-lover that I can't be with you because if Homelander finds out that somebody else in this world means more to me than him, he will kill you because he feels like if he can't have people obsessed with him, then he will take away everything else, right? That's his mentality. Like, if you're not going to make me your everything, I will kill everybody else so I have to be your everything. So, yeah, all that happened and it was amazing. The only other thing I want to touch on very briefly, because I talked really long about the deep stuff, the whole thing with Kumiko and her brother was beautiful. I love that we finally got to see her fully communicate because we've not gotten a chance to see that. Very sad. Like, first of all, I think both actors did a great job in such a short time of communicating what happened with them getting separated, with what happened to her, and how they created her, and then how they made him because they figured out, hey, if her DNA was conducive to Compound V, his must be as well. And unfortunately, we see that her brother is here to basically take out Soups because we heard about the horrible things that happened to their hometown because Homeland's trying to clean up the mess he made. Understandably, his sister's on the other side of it, and in the end, she had to take him out because she's like, I can't let him go with these abilities and a broken heart. Like, that's literally the recipe for disaster. So that whole scene where she had to take him out and turn him in knowing that there's a very good chance she will never see her brother again, that was hard. That was hard, and it was real. It gave me Avatar vibes, with Zuko and Azula. Just really well. I love this show. Like, I love all the layered storytelling they're taking. That's pretty much for this episode, guys. I know this was a long commentary, but I felt like I really wanted to talk about that stuff around the deep because I thought it was beautifully done. I hope you guys liked it and you liked watching along with me. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button because, it just makes a girl feel good and it lets me know that you like this kind of content. And again, if you've been here before and you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and until next time, see ya!